Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is my review of the Poison Garden. The Poison Garden palette from Bella Beauty Blog. This is my first time that I'm using this brand with this beautiful palette. Just check out the outer packaging for a second. Like seriously, what a cool concept. Isn't that the coolest concept? So nice for a kind of scary fall themed palette. You know, it is so nice to see someone taking this whole scary theme into a different direction. It is refreshing because, you know, just horror and bloodshed and whatever, you know that I'm not into that at all. I deal with it. It's okay. I can live, you know, but I just find it so refreshing for someone to come up with something that is kind of deadly, but it's not like the dagger in your face. You know, I really like this. So, and then here we have the color scheme of the palette. A beautiful fall theme palette, obviously, you know. So this is how she looks. I have done today my third look. You will see the other two looks, of course, towards the end of the video. And I'm going to also chat with you in my video about something. Yeah, because I always do that. And if you just found me, sweetie, I'm Leorah. I'm a makeup artist and stylist. I'm living for colorful makeup and colorful styling. So please feel free to check out my channel and subscribe. And of course, also check out my social media, which is linked in the description box, because there you can see what I'm up to and what I can do, you know. So let's spend this journey together. I would absolutely be honored, you know. So also, I want to point out that if you want, you can leave me in the comments, or you can also send it to me by DM on Instagram if you have something that you want me to chat about when I'm doing my makeup, you know, because I'm always looking for topics to talk about and I want to see what interests you. And some of you are already sending me topics. Of course, it's not like I cannot talk about everything, but I would love to have like a range of stuff to choose from that would really make it easier for me and maybe also more entertaining for you. So that would be awesome. If you have anything that interests you about my life, I'm ready to listen. Okay, sweeties, that is that. So without further ado, we are going into the video. Of course, at the end of the video, you will see the other two looks, the swatches, and also the review part. So let's go right in. Sweeties, hi, are you ready? Okay, as you know, we're talking today about, or we are using this palette. We're not just talking about it, obviously. So let us go right in. I actually want to do something, I think, with this corner, orange and red and purple-ish. You know, this, I don't really know what this is, if this is a satin or something. It does not look like a real shimmer, but it also doesn't look like a matte, but I think I'm going to use it as a matte, just like whatever it is. Okay, so maybe let's go in, and I also want to use the pressed glitter because I want to be able to tell you how the formula is, and I have not used it yet, which is kind of a shame because there are so many nice duochrome shades in this palette, but I feel like I'm a glitter girl and I should be able to tell you what my verdict is. Okay, sweeties, wait, I have to get the mirror a little bit closer. And I'm also using a couple of new things, you know. On my face, I'm using a new foundation. I'm not 100% sure yet what to think. It is actually, let me just really quickly tell you, that is the Fit Me foundation from Maybelline. It is a luminous foundation, and I have never in my life used a luminous foundation. I wonder how that will do with my color correcting and everything, because I don't know how opaque it will be, so we shall see. That is very interesting for me because I feel like, you know, I'm getting to an age where maybe I should not use necessarily a matte foundation anymore, because I used to use the sister or brother of the Fit Me foundation. This is the Superstay foundation. I'm only using drugstore foundation because, you know, it works for me, and why should I spend more money? It's already expensive enough. So that is basically that, and I'm very curious how it wears, you know, how it wears, how it stays, all of these things. So let's just see about that. Anyway, for now I'm again placing the shadows just like that, and then I'm going to see how it looks, and if I like it, then I'll start blending. Okay, so that was the shade, wait, this is gonna be names, wow, Scilla Peruviana, I think. And now we go into Rosary Peas, which is the red, which picks up super nice, so let's see. I'm just going to place this here. I don't want to over blend yet. Well, I don't want to over blend in general, but let's just put it here for now. And this is supposed to be basically just the bridge to the purple. So all right, then I also of course wanted to talk to you, and this is basically a part 2 of a video that I did recently where I spoke about what do I do on Fridays when I start to go offline, which is my Shabbat. Okay, so this is Wolfsbane. This is the purple. I used this in my second look with this palette, which you will see soon in pictures. I used this shade in order to create a liner, which looked beautiful. So anyway, let's just place this. Ooh, this looks good. Let's just place this right here, and this one here I'm going to keep a little bit closer to the crease basically, so it's going to be easier for me to blend it out, because I do have in this case a lighter shade here, which is this purple. I just dug my nail in, Wisteria. Okay, so I'm going to use that in a second to maybe help with the blending of those shades a little bit. Okay, so I wanted to talk about my Shabbat again, because last time in my video, because I'm such a chatty person and I cannot get to the point for the life of me, I chatted for like 20 minutes about what I do on Fridays. If you don't know, I'm Jewish, we're observant, I am offline on Shabbat. So that means Friday night till Saturday night. This is our weekly holy day, basically. Like for the Christians it's Sunday, and for the Muslims it's Friday, I think. So that is that, and of course there are, as always in every religion, I do believe, different ways of observing it. But we are Orthodox, so that means that we are offline, we are not, you know, turning on and off lights. We have timers. We have timers to turn on and off stuff. You know, we're not doing that. We're not driving. We're not watching TV, and we are not on our phones and all of these things. It is a reset. It's a reset and a detox, basically, like a mental detox, kinda. You know. So anyway. So last time we spoke, I'm going to try to link the other video here, so if in case you want to watch part 1, then maybe you'll have it here if I'm really good. It is one of my last videos, in case I forget to link it here. Alright, so that was Friday night, and now we are at Saturday morning. So basically we still have a whole day basically ahead of us, because Friday night is really short when you think about it, because Shabbat starts with sundown. And yeah, and then basically you just have evening prayers, you do have the family meal, and then you go to bed usually, you know. So that is that. So on Saturday morning, actually I get up always super early, because that is just what I do. Because my body is so trained to get up early, because every single day of the week I'm getting up at 3:30 a.m. because I'm here with you guys. Try to stop me. So yeah, but the thing is that my body does not necessarily know how to switch to a different timing for Shabbat, you know. So that's why I usually cannot stay in bed beyond 4 a.m. honestly. It is very hard for me also, because my back starts to hurt when I'm sleeping more than 5 hours. So yeah, I'm not 16 anymore. Anyway, so I get out of bed, and usually I just hang out. You know, I hang out, I get myself ready for the day, all of these things. And during the winter time, my kids start to show up around 6 o'clock for Choco time. We're doing like milk with chocolate, you know, and like I'm not drinking it, but I'm making it for my kids, and you know, and sit and chat a little bit and all of these things. And then we haven't done that in a while, because for some reason during the summer they did not make it out of bed in time for Choco time, but doesn't matter. So we hang out, we have quality time together, you know, all of that. And it's actually nice for a change to not like start the day running, because of course when kids have to go to school during the week, and I think a lot of you or most of you can relate to this, that it is basically like it's a marathon to run to get through a day, right? So anyway, So it's really, really nice to just hang out and spend some time together and not be rushed and maybe, you know, talk a little bit and stuff. And anyway, and then at around 7 o'clock, I start to get the kids ready. Whoever is not awake yet, I wake up because our services start at 9. And I say services because we actually in our synagogue for the morning service, we have 4 services. One starts, I want to say at 6:30 for people who want to pray early and be done early. And then the most people come to the service at 9 o'clock. It starts around 9 o'clock. There are different services at the same time in buildings next to each other. You know, why? Because there are different needs. You know, there are different needs and different preferences of style and of the style of the services. And I am going to a place that is really, really nice for me, which is very lively, which is very spiritual, which is very meaningful. You know, I don't want to say that a different style is less meaningful because that would be totally unfair. But for me, this is, sorry, I'm making noise with my packaging here. Just using a bone color mat here. So for me, this is the place to go. So basically, my husband is actually one of the Gabaim, that is someone who is in charge of running the service in a different service on Saturday morning. So he goes with my oldest son because they're both in like a leading position. Sounds like super huge. It's not that big of a deal, but there are, let's just say they're in a leading position in that service. Okay, so my oldest son Akiva, he's 14 years old and he helps my husband in his duties, you know. So that is that. And I take all the other kids, which is six more kids, to a different service. And that is basically that, you know, and that is my morning, and I love it. I so love it. It is my recharging for the week, you know, and I'm so glad that I can do it again because as you may know, I was stuck in the baby bubble for so long, and I just missed it, and I didn't even know how much I missed it, but I realized it once I started to go back to services, how much I don't want to say had been robbed, because, you know, every stage in life has its thing, has its rewards and has its sacrifices. It's normal and we shouldn't feel bad about it. It is just the way it is. This is how life works. And I think we should also, as mothers, or I don't know, as fathers, depending on who is raising the child or who is staying mostly at home with the child, I don't think we should also expect like this super much of ourselves, because we're not superhumans, right? So anyway, this is blending super well, I have to say. I hope it looks as good in on camera as it does here. Okay, I also want to go in with a more fluffy brush and then again use this Wolfsbane, because I blended it out quite a bit and I don't want to I used this lighter purple shade to blend it out, and I don't want to lose this beautiful purple impact here, so I'm just dabbing it on without blending it out too much. Basically just little stamping motions for now, and see what that does. Anyhow, so then basically we come home around noon, maybe around 11 a.m. or something. I come home with the kids, my husband and my oldest son Akiva. They usually come a little bit later because, you know, they lock up and whatever, and I don't have to do that because I'm just a normal member that has no big importance. So I take the little ones and we go home and basically set up for lunch, and then we have, once my husband and my oldest son come home, we do have a festive family lunch. And oh, this looks nice. I like it. I like it, sweeties. Yeah, so that is that. And then after lunch we do go to rest. Okay, we call it quiet time, and we have raised our kids to respect that quiet time, even our little ones, because, you know, it's a day of rest. Let's just put it that way. Later on in the afternoon, they can go and play on the street because there's no traffic on the street on Shabbat, because people are not driving, and stuff like this. So it's not like we're locking our kids in and tell them, you be quiet now, you know, for the rest of the day, don't disturb us. It's not like that. But there is a certain amount of time, which is like an hour, you know, that is the designated quiet time, because also kids need a reset. They don't need to sleep, but they can be in they're in their rooms and they can talk walk, they can read, they can do whatever, within the measurements of Shabbat, of course. Now I should start to get going here. You know what I'm gonna do? I think I am going to use this here, this Deadly Nightshade. And this one, place it here and then maybe at least partially put the glitter on. But first of all, I want to test the black in the outer corner because I want to know how this black works. Anyway, yeah, so I usually get up from resting at around 3:30. That seems to be a magic number. It's my magic number when I get up in the morning, and it's my magic number in the afternoon apparently too. So anyway, I get up around 3:30, and then I have a coffee, and then we basically just hang out. You know, there are afternoon prayers and also evening prayers. I don't attend these, but my husband and my son do, my oldest son, and I'm usually then with the younger ones. And if they don't go to those prayers, then maybe they'll take a walk. Sometimes, actually now lately, which is really, really nice, my husband has started to take the kids off my hands in the afternoon and take them to a playground, so I can have some time just for myself, you know, which is really, really nice. And then I just enjoy the peace and quiet because there is no noise in the house. And for me, this is the greatest gift, to have no noise, because my life is seriously cluttered by people and noise. And for me, you know, I don't know really how to explain this without sounding crazy, but I think maybe if you're also a very, very artistic person and you conceive, is that the right word? When you see colors and when you hear things and like everything makes a big impression, maybe a bigger impression that is normal, that is considered normal, you know? It can be super, super exhausting. And having seven children at home is already exhausting as it is, but for a person who just gets these signals in a very strong way, it can be absolutely, like, it can be too much, you know? And I never get a break because during the week I'm always with my children, always, always, always. And I'm never going anywhere without them, really, unless they're in school and I get some shopping done or something. Well, this is so beautiful. I almost don't want to put the glitter on now. What am I gonna do? But I want to have the glitter too. Anyway, hard decisions. So that's why my husband takes them off my hands for a little bit, so I can just have this peace and quiet. And I try to, like, of course I'm always getting something done. I'm also like cleaning up the kitchen and straightening out the living room, whatever, but I can do it in peace and quiet. Nobody's asking me anything. Nobody needs my judgment. Nobody needs my, I don't know, you know, just go to the bathroom. Like, really, as a mother of 7, when do you ever go to the bathroom without anyone calling mommy, mommy, you know? Can anyone relate to this? I don't even remember, have I ever gone to the bathroom without being disturbed? That's why I'm awake at night, sweeties. Okay, now I am going to do this. I'm going to put on the glitter. I'm going to take a different brush and let's do it. This is Lantana. Lantana. This glitter is a orange. It's like a burnt orange. It feels very hard pressed, honestly. You know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not using it for this. Maybe I'm using it as a liner because it is a bit hard pressed here. See this? This might just be the upper crust, the upper layer, but I don't want to risk ruining the look, okay? So let's just not do that. I'm quickly just, I need a different brush. I wanted to quickly just blend this edge here between the orangey shade and that duochromy purple here a little bit more. And I think I really, really like it. Now, if I could just do a liner with that orange, that could be really cool. So I might do a black liner and then place that glitter on top because that could be super, super cool. And you of course have seen it already in the intro. Okay, sweeties, to quickly finish this topic, okay? When nightfall comes and there are the first 3 stars out. Now, we are not standing outside and watching the stars, but by now, of course, we have it on the calendar. In Israeli or in Jewish calendars, we do have the times for nightfall and all of these things, okay? Then Shabbat is over, okay? So right now, I'm filming this in middle of October. So right now it is around, wow, 6 something p.m., okay? Is that true? 6:30, something like that, okay? Of course, during the winter when nightfall is earlier, then Shabbat ends earlier, so it is all according to that. And then there is a tiny little ceremony which is called Havdalah, just to make an official break between basically the holy and the mundane. And because it is important for our souls to have the official thing, that it just doesn't slip one into the next, but that there is an official separation. You know, it is good for us to know this belongs here and this belongs there. It is in our human nature to sort things like this. And I think that is also a problem in today's world, because everything slips into each other, you know? Ideas, principles, times, work, everything, you know, like you can take this to any level. Everything slips into each other, and that's not healthy. It's not healthy. I'm not saying putting things into boxes and labeling it and being like really, really crazy about that, but think about it. Anyway, so that is that, and after that basically Shabbat is over, and we all run to our phones and check what has happened, you know, while we were offline, what's on the news, because, you know, stuff has happened during basically 26 hours being offline. So that is that. That is my Shabbat, you know. So my husband usually goes to the Western Wall to pray. After Shabbat, the Western Wall is our holiest place here for my religion in Jerusalem. And I usually stay home. Sometimes I come with him, but rarely, honestly. So he goes there to pray, and I usually do my nails. And then I go to bed. Yeah, just saying, you know. So yeah. All right, sweeties, because I am filming Sunday morning, usually I'm filming some kind of a look Sunday morning, so I need to be put together. I need to go to bed early because I'm getting up at 3:30. Let's not forget that, you know, and I need to also watch myself that I do get enough rest, which I never really do, but I'm trying to get enough. Okay, sweeties, this is it. You're going to see, of course, the other 2 looks that I've done with the palette. You see the swatches, and of course after that we'll meet here again for the review part, so stay tuned. Okay, my lovelies, here we are with the finished look and the finished styling. You have seen me create this look. You saw the other 2 looks, you saw the swatches, and here we are with the palette. Now here we have it. This is the sleeve. It looks exactly like the palette, and also on the back we do have the ingredients on both parts. Okay, this is the palette. You do have, of course, beautiful shades, 18 of them. You have mattes and shimmers. You have 1 pressed glitter, and you have, among the shimmers, you also do have duochrome shades, which are really, really beautiful. Now, with all of that being said, I'm going to talk more about it, but first of all, I'm going to zoom you in. Maybe you will also see that I ended up applying the glitter just out here because I was a little bit suspicious, I have to say, about the glitter, and I'm going to speak about that also. So anyway, this is how the look turned out, and now let's zoom you out and let's talk a little bit more about the palette. Now, first of all, I think color scheme wise it is super, super beautiful. It is the typical, don't get me wrong, I don't want this to sound bad. I think it is a very, very good thing, okay? This is the typical color scheme for a nicely done fall themed palette. You know, I think this is beautiful. It's so, so well curated. It is so on theme and everything, with the shade names, of course, of all these poisonous plants and flowers. And also here, this is so cool. These plants can kill, not these plants, these plants can kill. So anyway, it's really, really cute. And of course you have a nice size mirror, you have cardboard packaging. Okay, so this is basically the basics about the palette. Now, the duochrome shimmer, sweeties, I hope you saw it in the swatches. And of course, if you prefer to have swatch pictures, then go to my Leorah Cosmetics Instagram, because everything that I'm doing here, the swatches and the flat lays and all of that, will only be there. Okay, just so you know. Anyway, they're so, so beautiful. They also apply super, super well. Maybe you also saw this one that I have here on my lid right now. It's so, so nice. Today I used the Natasha Denona eyeshadow primer. I've also tried it on other ones and there was no problem. There was no separation. There was nothing, no problem. Okay, it was very buildable, was very blendable. I think you also saw today that the shades blended really, really well. This is a very good formula, and I do believe that it is, I think it is beginner friendly, even though the colors are quite intense, you know, for a beginner maybe who is using color for the first time. This could be an intense palette, but I think the formula makes it very workable. I want to say that some of the shades lean a little bit towards like a drier formula. For example, this blue and the black, and I don't remember which one else, and some of them are a little bit more creamy. But all of them build well, are pigmented, and everything is fine. Okay, so I have no complaints there. Now the pressed glitter, I don't know. I actually, when I put it then on my arm, it worked well, but it is not my favorite formula. Definitely not. The binder is a little bit, for my preference, it is a little bit too tight, you know. So yeah, it was okay. One could apply it. I always apply my pressed glitters with a brush like this. That is like a small flat concealer brush, like a stiff kind of a brush, and I have the best results with that, and it worked also here like this. I just for me it was a little bit too hard, too compact, you know. With that being said, once it was on my arm here for the swatch, you saw it probably also that it looked super, super beautiful. So, you know, it is just, we have different preferences. You might feel completely differently about that. Yeah, so stumbling over my English, never mind that. Okay, so that is basically it. I used this red today for the first time, so I cannot tell you if that will stain or not, but I have used this one before, and sometimes purples also stain, but this one did not stain on me. Besides that, again, I did not have any problems with this palette. There was no dud, everything was fine. I really, really enjoyed this, and I forgot to tell you that I received this by the kindness of one of my besties who wanted to bless me with this palette, and I'm super, super thrilled that I have it. It is, again, it is such a cool concept, and I love this when people or brands or brand owners think out of the box and just do something with a pre-existing topic, which is the scary theme, the Halloween, the all of that, but take it somewhere else, take it a little bit off the beaten track. And I love this, you know. I mean, how many palettes do we have that have like a horror theme or are based on some kind of a horror movie or who knows what? And this is very, very original, and I love this, you know. So super, super well done. Also, I've really enjoyed the color scheme. I love fall themed palettes. For me, these palettes are just so soothing, so like grounding and earthy and dramatic, and like they're so good, you know. So these fall time releases are my most favorite releases in the whole year, you know. So, and this is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so that is what you're getting. Feel free to, of course, check out that brand. Bella Beauty Blog, my first impression was really, really good. So just saying, if you want to try, say hi to Bella. Okay, sweeties, this is it. I just quickly wanted to also give you an update on that foundation, because as you know, this was my first impression. I'm not 100% sure if it is opaque enough, if it is full coverage enough for me. Other than that, I'm just looking at my other mirror here. I think it actually suits me super well to have a little bit more of a luminous glow that is beyond just the highlighter. You know that I'm kind of addicted to highlighters, so that is like a given. But the overall thing, I think it is a little bit nicer for my age, you know. And if you don't know, I'm 42 years old, and I feel that it is just more flattering to have a little bit more of a youthful glow than being all matte. For me, it is just always the consideration that it needs to be kind of opaque, thick so I can cover up my melasma, you know? So I was a bit worried when I'm doing my color correcting that this would not cover it, and today I did my color correcting super thin, and I still have to like tweak it a little bit and see how this works. It was just the first impression, and so far so good. I'm definitely going to keep using it. I will also of course use up my other ones because I don't want to waste them, but this is just something I think is a concept that I'm going to follow from now on outwards while we age together, sweeties. You know? So yeah, that is also something that we do here. In case you're new, I'm not against aging. We're just going to age together, and it is normal and it's healthy, and we're going to make the best of it. Okay, sweeties? So yeah, that is that. I hope you did enjoy yourselves. Of course, leave me your comments in the comment section down below. Check out my description box because you have there all my links to my social media. You have everything that I'm wearing on my face, and of course also ways to support my channel. Don't forget to leave me ideas what I should talk about in my makeup application parts of my videos. In case you're interested in like giving me some ideas, then please do that. And of course subscribe to my channel if you're new here. Then let's be together, sweeties. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so let's come back, meet here again for my next video, which is going to be super soon. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.